So recently, the topic of bullying is back on the mainstream in terms of the front burner for discussions. So there are a few things I want us to look at, and some of these things you may not have thought of in the past. One of them, first one, maybe your child is the bully. Oftentimes, when parents talk about bullying, they assume that their child is a victim. That might be the case, and it may also be the case that your child, might be the bully. The next thing I want us to think about is the reason for bullying. One of the major reasons for bullying is that bullies are themselves being bullied. So they may be abused at home, they may have experienced trauma that their mom may be fighting, they may have seen a relative, they may have lost a relative, there may be something that has happened and they are unable to emotionally process that. And in reacting, it comes out as, okay, I'm gonna use my emotions or react to this person in a particular way. So that's another possibility. The next possibility is the bully may be having issues in school. So they play the fool. That's gonna use another term. They play the fool, and in playing the fool, it's their way of covering up that they don't understand the work. So as a parent, are we handling the emotional requirements of our child? If there are issues at home, are we ensuring that our child is properly protected? Are we allowing our children to have a way to react or respond or to regulate or teach them how to regulate their emotions due to this issue that is happening at home? And the next thing is, are we ensuring that we are allowing them to do their schoolwork? Are we helping them with the homework? Are we helping them with the research projects? Are we investing our time and energy into making them thrive in their educational space? Our schools are a reflection of society. So we have good people and bad people in society. We have good and bad in the schools as well. And we have persons coming from those households into the school. And so the interactions or the negative interactions may be reinforced at home because the father is a bajan, some big bad man and nobody can talk to them kind of vibe. And they bring that toxic culture to the school. So do not assume that your child is existing in a utopia, a perfect area when they are at school. The next thing you need to appreciate is what's the discipline matrix? What is the process of discipline in any school? So the first thing you need to ask your teachers whenever you get to a new school is, how do you handle disputes among students? The next thing you have to appreciate is when you're handling disputes is, first of all, not every action is your child being bullied. You're gonna have pecan, you're gonna have old talk, you're gonna have all of that, and that's the nature of life. And so what you want to do, there's so many things I want to say, but I'm gonna try and make it as short as possible. So you want to make sure that you are aware of the discipline matrix that your school uses, and the discipline matrix is usually brought to them by the Ministry of Education in any school that is in every different country. Lovely. You need to know it, and your child needs to know it as well, because one of the things that's important about that discipline matrix is this fact. Oftentimes, they like to share videos now more than ever before. And when you're sharing videos, one of the things you have to appreciate is if they're taking pictures of themselves in or areas of their bodies that they shouldn't be taking pictures of, now on their phone is something called child pornography. And there's a discipline matrix, and based on the severity of the discipline matrix, it may move from not simply a detention, but the reporting of certain actions to the police. So you need to know what the discipline matrix is, and your child needs to know what the discipline matrix is, as well as the different laws related to pornography and other things of that sort. So again, a plug, shameless plug. Follow, because we have discussions about this in our parent in our parent conferences very often. So this is a good space to be to get more information. All right, so earlier I spoke about the fact that not every action is a bullying action, which is factual. The next thing we want to do is to appreciate we need to create resilient children. We need to be able to tell them that we love them, tell them that they are important, recognize and develop their talents, put them into different activities that they will do well in. When you build them up, it's a lot less likely for someone's words to negatively impact them. And that's important because, again, school is a mirror of society. So when they go out into the working world, you're still going to have persons who are going to call them things and do actions which may or may not negatively affect them depending on how they view themselves. Another thing that's extremely important, teach your child self-defense. Let them learn self-defense. And martial arts is not the same as self-defense. There is a difference. One of the things about self-defense is not simply violence. It is the ability to step away and to recognize violence from before, to avoid violence, and also to diffuse a situation. There is a statement, I can't quite remember, but it's in essence, when you're a coward or when you're afraid of a situation, you will react more violently than is necessary. And sometimes out of frustration they finally get a hitting, and because they don't know how to manage their motor skills, it's an extreme, and then they get themselves in trouble. And granted, it was them protecting themselves, but if they knew how to handle themselves, they would probably not go to that extreme in the first place. That may cause some questions, but you can always ask them in the comments. The next thing is pray for your child. Don't let your child leave your yard. If it is that you are leaving your home and you're not praying before you step into your vehicle or before you travel, in this day and age, you're doing it wrong. And make sure you teach your child how to pray. Make sure your child has a spiritual relationship with God. Don't get it twisted, especially nowadays. Make sure you are praying for your children. Extremely important. As always, stay safe.